I got into a few discussions recently about blackness, all right? So for me, let me give you some context. For me, growing up, I grew up with a white stepfather. And back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, having a white stepfather was way different. It was way different. And it was an experience, trust me. And he was as white as you can get. He was Irish from Connecticut. They called him the blue-eyed devil. And he was mean as hell. He did not like anybody. Not that he didn't like black people. He just didn't like anybody. But that shaped my experience as a black woman growing up. My mom, she wasn't someone who embraced her blackness fully. And growing up, in the 40s and 50s, during segregation and all that she's experienced, being super poor, really poor in the South, it does something to someone. And when I was younger, I really didn't understand why she didn't love being black and why she would, some of that harsh experiences that she had growing up, it would bleed over into, especially me, one of her darker children. There's things that she would tell me that I didn't understand. Like, she would ask me, don't I wish I had good hair? And she would say stuff like, you acting like you light skinned. And I'm like, what the hell does this mean? Right? She couldn't believe that I didn't have an issue with my skin color. And I didn't have an issue with my body being more voluptuous than the others. Like, she didn't understand my confidence in myself. But one thing that I did take from her was a dislike of my hair texture. I thought I did not have beautiful hair. I didn't think I had good hair because of the conversation that was perpetuated over the years, that was constantly told to me from my mother. And I don't blame her. She wanted me to be beautiful and feel beautiful. And she didn't know how to do that. So how could she teach me how to do that? So that's one thing. And then growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, all right? So I grew up in a religion that was predominantly white. And I did not have a lot of black friends growing up until I got a little bit older. And because of that, and going to school too, I was mainly around Mexican people, and white people, and not too many black people. It shaped how I spoke. It didn't really give me a bad experience on my blackness because I never was teased from the kids. I was well liked and received, but I didn't understand me as a black woman, right? I didn't have a black experience, and I didn't understand what I was missing out on. And I thank goodness that I was loved, and I did accept other black people. When I was so excited to start seeing black people and having black friends. Like, I was learning how to dance. I was learning the dances. I was learning the music. I was learning, the experiences I just didn't have with my family. Even though my family loved music, we were all different. Even my Nana, come to think about it, my Nana married outside of her race before I was even born. She had a white husband. She had a Filipino husband. And who else? So, like, my experience has been so different over the years. So just to be surrounded by, like, I don't know even how to say it, like, black people who had the black experience. Let's just say that. It was like, oh shit, okay. It was fun. It was an experience. Again, it gave me a confidence that just pushed me to a level of unfuckwittable, right? In that time, in that moment. But my experiences became worse. When high school hit, and I started going to school with a lot of black women who had the black experience, baby,